That will do it. Yep. That will do it. The 7-game losing streak, I think it is. The losing streak, whatever it was, which was too long, is over. The Toronto Raptors, been a while since we used this sound, have beaten the Indiana Pacers 119-130. Look, I recognize
winner, Gagnon.
Cooper Flag exists. Ace Bailey exists. So you're tired of this guy Denim in the chat. A lot of these guys are good and exist and are in the upcoming draft class. I understand. But for the guys out there who hustle their ass off every game, doing what they can to get wins for this team, it's got to feel good to grab a win tonight. Get back in the win column. I ain't upset. Let's break down how the Raptors did it in tonight's post-game show. All right, guys. Great game. Great fun. Winning is fun sometimes. Sometimes we may win a game here and there, and, let that be a lesson. You don't beat the Raptors 8 times in a row. But a nice win at that, 130-119. Great performances, some outstanding individual performances, which we'll discuss over the course of the post-game show here tonight. But before we get into that, drop a like if you enjoy what you see from the content here. And because I do content like this for pretty much every Raptors game, you should be subscribed to the channel. Join the Amateur Hour Army today. 130-119. Raptors came into this one as 4-point underdogs at home. You might think oh, that's a weird one. Oh, how is that possible? The Indiana Pacers, aren't they pretty good? Well, the record is decent, but they have been a completely up and down team this season. They've now gone to 6-8 on the season. They have some wins against teams that they maybe shouldn't have wins against, like the Celtics, and they have some losses against some teams that they shouldn't have losses to, like the Hornets by 20, like the Magic without Paolo Banchero. It's been a weird team, like the Pelicans, who have so many injuries. Whatever it is, still, the Pacers have talent, and they have scoring power, ability to push the pace. The Raptors stopped that really from happening today. And if anything, the defense was on it for the Raptors here. The Raptors The Raptors were pretty heavily out possessed, if that's the right way to say it. The Pacers took 99 field goal attempts and 20 free throw attempts. The Raptors took 82 field goal attempts, 28 free throw attempts. So a little bit more free throw attempts, but the Pacers got 2 extra offensive rebounds. The Raptors had 12 more turnovers than the Pacers, who had 11. 23 turnovers for the Raptors. But the defense was probably the best it's been in this game. The best it's been this season in this game. Got the stops when they needed to. Held Halliburton to 5 of 18. Held Jarris Walker to 2 of 7. Held McConnell to 4 of 11. Overall, the Raptors put in the work today. You could tell these guys wanted to win, and they got it. Doing it at home. Look, organizations tank, players and coaches don't. These guys are out here every game trying to win. As much as the fan base is watching these games thinking, this is great. We're competitive and we're losing. Yeah, it's the most ethical, the best and most ethical tank job you'll ever see. But for the players out there, it kind of feels good to see them get a win. And it kind of feels really good to see the level of performances that were out there today. Man, oh man. I almost dropped a video today that was going to be titled, Should Raptors fans be worried about RJ Barrett? Because he'd been struggling, having some poor efficiency nights. I know he had the 15-assist triple-double game, but his efficiency has been really low. And of the players going into the weekend, of the players in the NBA who had 25% plus usage, there was 40. So let's frame it. There was 41 players in the NBA going into the weekend who had a higher usage percentage than 25. Of the 41, RJ Barrett was the least efficient in terms of, I believe it was true shooting percentage, which doesn't help because he's really bad at free throws right now. But my answer to should Raptors worry about RJ Barrett would have been no. It's just the role he's playing, given the amount of injuries, is making his game more difficult. Didn't look more difficult today. Amazing. 13 of 21 for RJ Barrett here. 39 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Yes, there was 5 turnovers, but man, what a performance. Started off the game as well, hot from 3. I think he was 3 of 4 from 3 to start the game in the first quarter. 9 of 12 from the line. A lot better than it has been, 75%. He'll want one of those back to get him up to 40, but 39 points. Man, oh man. But god damn. Jakob Poeltl against the Pistons on Friday. 25 points, 18 rebounds. Jakob Poeltl, Saturday against the Boston Celtics. 35 points. I want to say like 13 rebounds or so. Jakob Poeltl tonight. Jesus Christ. 30 points, 15 rebounds, 13 of 18 shooting, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Okay, 6 turnovers. A lot of turnovers today. Made it up in a lot of ways here. Poeltl in the last 3 games, did I say 25? Yeah. Poeltl in the last 3 games has 90 points. He's always been good, but his ability to scale up his production on the same level of efficiency is so impressive. I know that, they don't have a center here. The Pacers, no center today. Miles Turner was out. But, going up against Horford and Keita last game, going up against Jalen Duren when he wasn't in foul, when he was getting minutes, he was in foul trouble against the Pistons, and if not, it was Beef Stew. These are, decent teams. These are decent matchups here, and he's still putting it on. Running through Poeltl here, wow. It has looked really good for the Raptors, and hopefully it's something they can keep going to even when players hopefully start to get healthy. But every Raptors starter is in double digits today. Davion Mitchell, plus 26, the highest on the Raptors, 11 points for him. Ochai Agbaji had 2 points going into the fourth, I think. Hit a couple big threes right when it looked like the Pacers were going to get back into the game. Raptors led by 22. Got pushed down to 7 at one point, but Agbaji had some big shots. He finished with 11 plus 12. Grady Dick, not a ton of usage here, but he's 4 of 9 with 15 points. I'll take that every day. Absolutely, I'll take that every day for Grady Dick. Not the 4 turnovers, though. Off the bench and upset by the minute distribution today, I just want to point out, last game against the Boston Celtics, I commended Darko Rajakovic for pivoting his distribution of minutes. Not the distribution, but the lineups. Some really bad lineups used today. At one point, the Raptors were up 38-30. Bench came in. The Raptors went down 41-40. Then went on a big run. But what he did in the Celtics game, he staggered minutes. We didn't have 4 bench players on at once. It worked really well. For some reason, he deviated away from that today. I don't know why. Had some rough minutes for the bench. Chris Boucher was a minus 10. Jameson Battle had 3 threes, is still minus 4. Mobo was minus 11. Shed was minus 15. Weird minutes there. For some reason, though, the huge run started in the second quarter. Yeah, second quarter when Temple came in. And he finishes plus 9 here. And honestly, in 11 minutes, the Garrett Temple zone was a bit fruitful. 3 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. Kind of night that gives you maybe a bit more minutes next game, especially with the Raptors only having 10 active players at the moment. As I said on the other side, Halliburton limited to 5 of 18. Siakam, 9 of 20. He was impressive today. Really the only reason the Pacers were keeping in this game. And then Mathurin had a monster fourth quarter. I think it was 17 fourth quarter points for Ben Mathurin. Not enough here in his homecoming game. As much as you can call it a homecoming game for somebody from, I think it's Montreal. But he's 10 of 16. That was impressive. Toppin also had a big game, but not enough overall. Absolutely not. From the Indiana Pacers to grab a win in this one. And even with the extra possessions, this team wasn't hitting shots. Raptors go 58.5% from the field, 48% for 3. Pacers go 44.4% from the field, 37.5% for 3. In a lot of games, that level of efficiency for a team would beat the Raptors, but they were on one tonight. Don't know what it was, but the Raptors were cooking tonight. And they got some big stat lines from some of their top guys. And in the end, guys, I know the outlook of the season. I understand. But I'm not a fucking curmudgeon here. I'm not going to sit here and be mad about the Raptors winning a game. They played well. They got a much-deserved win. The guys are going to feel good. Again, I'm not going to moan about it. So I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the win. Let's keep the good performances going and see where the chips start to fall. Raptors will have 2 days off now, and Thursday there'll be action at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves. And guess where I'll be? Right here, where you're watching right now. Drop a like if you enjoyed this piece of content. Subscribe for more just like it. Like I said, we're back for the Thursday game against the Timberwolves, and I hope to see you there. Join the Amateur Hour Army today.